In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Whoops, microphone got a little close there. Hey, this is a look at Natchitoches right now. Looks pretty good. I wanted to show you a cool, I guess this is a, I don't know if this is an anniversary gift or a birthday gift because my wife got one as well. But my sister-in-law, Nikki, she got me this. And it says, I'm a grown man and I do what I want. And then you can't really see it, but it's scratched out. It says, what my cat wants. And then it says, best cat dad ever. So that's what 46 looks like. I am the best cat dad ever. I'm like top 50 probably as a regular dad, but cat dad, yeah, they don't get better than me. So hopefully she doesn't jump up here, not Nikki the cat, and disrupt things. But yeah, it fit really well. And she got one for my wife as well. What'd yours say, Kristen?
Ooh, this calls for a spreadsheet.
Ooh, this calls for a spreadsheet. Yeah. So those were nice and creative. Okay, let's talk about weather. You probably don't care too much about that. Natchitoches, Sibley Lake looking pretty this morning, looking beautiful. It's hot. We got into the mid to upper 90s, had some hundreds up around Shreveport yesterday, and yeah, clear skies. So far, things are starting off dry, and I hope it stays dry until at least 2, because that's what I told Mark at Igloo Roofing would happen, and they're putting on a roof. So, that's how it goes. I get nervous with that stuff, and I know they do too. I know everyone who works outside and depends on this gets nervous. That's why I take it seriously, even on the calm days like today, hopefully calm days. So scattered storms offshore, those are going to stay there for now, and I'll show you what the HRRR model is saying, and it's showing that hopefully I am correct. Look at this. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, well, 9:30, but the observation was at 9. It's 91 degrees in Shreveport. That should be illegal. 85 here in Alexandria. So we're a few degrees ahead of our typical pattern for this time of year. Light winds. It was a little breezy looking at the Toledo Bend camera this morning, but you can see showers and storms popping, not only from the south, but also from the northeast. Now, that's going to provide some interesting possible outflow collisions. I know I've been talking about that a lot lately, but we've seen a lot of that. So we saw what happened. Sometimes you get an outflow collision, nothing happens, like I believe that was Saturday that happened. And then you get what we had on Thursday and Friday, and you have some pretty crazy stuff around at least Alexandria and Pineville. So the severe threat, it is very low for today. We could see an isolated severe storm, but the main threat will be up to the north where you have more wind shear and all that kind of stuff. Highs in the mid to upper 90s, so when it gets that hot and maybe you have even more isolated thunderstorms, that's going to provide the opportunity with temperatures approaching 100 to get some of those gustier winds down to the surface. So don't be stunned to see a strong storm or perhaps a warning for today. This is what Futurecast is looking like. This is the HRRR model. You can see storms popping along that sea breeze near I-10 later this afternoon. Looks like we're clear up until at least 3 or 4 o'clock, and then storms are going to pop over Mississippi as well. Now, that is going to come in on a bit of a northwesterly flow, or a northeasterly flow, I guess I should say, and that's going to create, perhaps, again, some outflow collisions and maybe some stronger storms with some gusty wind. Now, this is the big story here, I think. Of course, we have rain chances to deal with over the next 5 days, but this is the tropical area of interest, a 50% chance for development on this one now. I'll take you through Aaron. First off, Category 3, borderline 4 storm right now, looking very healthy, a very big circulation that's going to expand, and that causes some pretty nasty conditions over the southeastern Bahamas, and then they saw some showers and storms around Puerto Rico, gusty winds, flooding rains there in the mountains of Hispaniola as well. So while no direct landfall to those islands, it has been at least creating some nasty weather. Now, Aaron, right now, 130 mile per hour winds, Category 4 storm in the next few days here, possibly weakening a little bit as that circulation expands out. Tougher to get those intense winds when you get such a large circulation, and then this thing kicks out to the northeast. Now, the question is, does Aaron leave enough of a weakness to grab onto this system? I actually wanted to show you another map real quick here. So does Aaron leave enough of a weakness? Let's go over to the display here. This is just my computer screen, and I don't have a good way to display this through Barron. They're awesome, but I wanted to show you this here. So up here, that's Aaron, and you can see this is actually 90 hours from now. So in 90 hours, which is about 4 days, you have all these little, it's tough to see, but all those little red patches in there, those are different centers of the low pressure. So we're talking several hundred miles of difference from just off the coast of the Carolinas to way out to sea here. So still a lot of spread in that track. Now this down here is that next system that's trying to develop. And as I step through this, you can see that the slower versions here would still be lingering and leave a pretty good weakness right here. I know I'm probably speaking Greek to you on some of this stuff, but that weakness would allow this thing to escape to the north, and that would take it kind of on a similar path as what Aaron did. So let me step a little further into the future with this one, and you can see that these model runs, this is the ensemble, so we get a little camp out here that's going to be more toward the east and northeast. We get these southern runs that they could be a little more dangerous, but as I just kind of step through it, you can see, yes, this is a United States threat, but there's only a couple of members that are actually taking this west into the Gulf and creating an issue for us. And this shows about 30 runs of the GFS model. The European is even further to the east, so most scenarios here are keeping this thing out to the east of us. So that's kind of where I lean now. Again, I'll stick with what I said yesterday with like a 2% chance that something comes this far west and we have an issue with this. But for now, I am not overly concerned, but of course I am watching the trends closely. Over the next 7 days, and this is mainly going to be Wednesday to Friday, about a half an inch to 2 inches of rain. I think we're going to see plenty of moisture. So what I think is going to happen is like last week, we're going to have someone get 4 inches of rain. We're going to have someone get not much at all. Wednesday to Friday is your main time to see that rainfall. In fact, Friday, I think highs are going to stay around 90 degrees. So actually a few degrees below normal. Now, as we get into September, very exciting. Actually, what's today, the 18th? Okay, we're 4 days away from when temperatures, the climatological normal, starts to fall slowly, very slowly. It's like how the days get shorter. This is going to be a slow process, but as we get into September, we end September with highs averaging in the mid 80s and overnight lows near 60, and that's going to be beautiful. Below normal temps going to be kind of chilly up to the northeast as a trough digs in. That also could serve to help bring whatever tropical type system is either along the eastern seaboard or in the Gulf and pull it north. I think that's going to probably work in our favor of keeping this east of us. Over that time frame, August 26th to September 1st, all that really is going to matter is what happens with that tropical system. And if that stays out here, it looks like pretty typical stuff with just some isolated storms for you. Good morning. How you doing? I see all the comments. Oh, I'm bumping into this thing all over the place. It's got fuzzies on it too. Okay, I got to get out of here for today. I got shirts to print, stuff to do, but if I see anything worth talking about on this tropical system, if I start to see that trend taking it more toward the Gulf, I will slowly introduce that potential, but for now, we are not too worried about this one. I think it stays east. It's not set in stone, but we will let you know as soon as it is. Have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow.